Since the release of the Kia Sportage and the Kia Sorento, Kia has been renowned for doing crossover SUVs that were good value for money. However, today I'm going to be reviewing the Kia Niro. This crossover SUV, however, is no ordinary crossover SUV. This Kia Niro is electric. This is a full option, top of the range Kia Niro electric, and it costs 45,000 euros. Now, is this good value for money or not? Well, full optioned, top of the range for 45,000 euros for a crossover SUV? We will find out in a second, everyone. Let's get down with this review right now. This is what lies underneath the bonnet of the Kia Niro. Over here you have the charging point of your Kia Niro. I have to say I'm very impressed with the design. The front really does have an identity, but it just it resembles every other Kia I've seen before, especially with this front design over here, where the front goes back, where the grille would always go downwards and upwards from here, like this, and then spread out again. And these, the shape of these headlights are very Kia style. I really like the side of this Kia Niro. So you have this design over here, which is not sharp edge at all. You have some sharp edge design right here that goes all the way there, and then it blends with the design, which is very interesting. And you get some sharp edge design right here, which goes over the wheels. I like how you have the chrome trim right down there. And that looks actually quite appealing. It's a good styling. The presence of hard plastic over here is very common, especially for crossover SUVs like the Kia Niro. However, in this case of the Kia Niro, this Kia Niro is electric, and yet you get this hard plastic over here which gives it a cross-country theme. I have serious doubts you're going to take this off the tarmac, especially when this car is electric. Let's talk about the practicality of this hard plastic, and that is it saves you a lot of money in long terms because it prevents body paint wear. I don't know about you all, but I love the design of this wheel. I like how it has a two-tone color to it. So here it's gray and over here it's silver. And this sort of design kind of reminds me of reindeers or Christmas. And I don't know why, but I think it's because of the way it's styled. That is so cute, and that's amazing at the same time. And you have this turquoise blue color sort of combination right here, and it's very nice. This is to signify that this Kia Niro is indeed electric. You guys get actual air vents. Lovely bit of chrome that surrounds the window above, so it goes right like this over there and all the way towards the rear where it widens a bit. I absolutely love the rear design of this Kia Niro, guys. Now look at it. It looks amazing. I like the way they've styled those lighting. It looks interesting. And also the rear door design is quite nice. I like how it goes a bit downwards and then you have this straight line at the bottom. I like how they've integrated the reverse camera right here next to the wiper. I like how you get this black color right here, everyone, just around the rear lights. Very nice. I like how it blends very well with the design. And then over here you have the body color. Of course, a bit of Niro patriotism right there. Having concerns about electric cars being unreliable, rest assured this is a Kia electric car and you get a 7-year warranty to cover you up. Now, whilst I was impressed with the design of this Kia Niro by the exterior, I have to say I found some questionable aspects about it. And one questionable aspect I found, and I never really understood what it was meant for, was this bit of plastic that sits right in the middle, that sits right on the middle of this air intake grille. I don't know what is its purpose, guys. Is it supposed to be a sensor? Is it supposed to be something? Or is it just sitting there? Because I know your license plates would go here. And this leaves me to wonder, what is that bit of plastic for? Another aspect I found very, very questionable is that for some reason at the rear you get reverse cameras. But towards the front, I don't see any sign of a camera. So I'm assuming at this point that this Kia Niro doesn't have a 360 camera view, parking view. So this is very questionable for a car of 44,000 euros, let alone a top-of-the-range Kia Niro crossover SUV. Is it just me, or does Kia have a thing for putting reverse lights all the way down there on their SUVs? I've noticed this problem on the Kia Sorento as well, and that is the reverse light is all the way down there. And normally for a crossover SUV of this size, wouldn't it be more logic to put it over here? Now let's move to the interior of this Kia Niro. But before I do so, I would like to point out a prominent thing I've just noticed just now, and that is, you see, this Kia Niro is electric, but those hard plastic in the side imply a cross-country theme to it. And I find it a bit odd because the doors are not long enough. You see, this door is a bit short and it doesn't cover this part of the door. So if ever you go in a puddle or on a muddy day, you get some mud splashing right here or some rainwater here. And so when you leave or enter the Kia Niro, your leg will constantly make contact over here. Now, before we go in the interior of this Kia Niro, let's just take one moment to admire the styling of this seat, guys. It looks amazing. Look at this nice piping over here, the white piping, and then you have the black leather seat. It looks very, very premium. So this is the interior of the Kia Niro, everyone. I have to say I am very impressed with the presentation. It looks very nice. First of all, I would like to talk about the design. Let's talk about how it's styled. So I like how you have this bit of aluminum right here. Actually, it's plastic, I think. I'm not sure, but it has this aluminum style to it. Whichever it is, you get this silver trim right here, which goes all the way towards there. And you get this black trim in the middle right here. This part of the interior of the Kia Niro really does impress me a lot, guys. I'm really impressed. Like, it's very revolutionary. It's quite innovative. I know for sure Renault used to have an obsession with this sort of design, especially with the Renault Espace and the previous generation Renault Scenic. But times have changed and they've abandoned that sort of design. And then I think Toyota Prius briefly had this sort of design, but in their latest generation they've changed that. I think it was the second generation Toyota Prius that had this sort of design. I'm not sure. I'm very impressed that Kia has brought this design to life, everyone. They've made very, very intelligent use of this design. Heated and ventilated seats. Now that is very, very premium and expected for a crossover SUV of this price. Very, very good, everyone. And you also get heated steering wheel. In this section over here, you get climate controls. In the upper section over here, you get the infotainment controls. So over here, it's the radio and media controls. And over here, it's the map and navigation controls. And this is your infotainment system. You get a 12-volt socket and 2 USB connections. And I like the way that they are covered. Just look at it, guys. This is a lovely presentation. I love it. You see this beautiful shutter-like storage right here? Well, this is not just any shutter. This has a huge garage space underneath. There you go. You can park your bottles in there. And here is my small water bottle, which I put in there. And it's quite nice. And I like how the cup holders are actually quite big. This has to be one of the rare times when I've seen a 12-volt socket in a storage console, guys. That is very good. And also the center storage console is not so big, but it's quite average for a crossover SUV of this segment, let alone electric. This is a wireless recharge for your telephone, guys. Now that is very nice. Just put your phone in there like it's a cassette and it should recharge automatically. Now I have to admire how you get this button for the glove compartment, and it's right there next to the driver's side, so very easy to open. And the glove box storage is average for a crossover SUV of this segment, so I cannot complain about it at all. A gorgeous mirror on the sun visor to see how pretty you look, and you get the lighting there to see how pretty you look when you're in the dark. Over here you get extra lighting controls. You get this beautiful storage space for your sunglasses to store when the days are not sunny. And you get this wonderful button to control your sunroof. Your center locking buttons over here, mirror controls over there, and the 2 front windows are automated. However, the rear windows are not automated. Now that's a bit questionable. You also get seating memory. I like the feel of this door handle that doubles as a door pocket. And also the leather is quite pleasant. I like how you get a piano black plastic over here surrounding the controls right here. You get cruise control buttons over here, media control buttons over there. Now, whilst exploring the interior of this Kia Niro, I noticed some questionable aspects about it, and that is, one prominent thing I already have noticed is how the piano black is quite prominent, and it's right here, right there, and over here. And well, it looks aesthetically appealing, but the problem it has is that it's very easy for a fingerprint to be left behind on it, you see. And when you see a fingerprint mark on it, it just doesn't look right. This door bin is quite small, so it's good for a small water bottle, which is good, but it seems like a big water bottle will have no chance of fitting in there. And the space is rather small, so it's a bit questionable for this Kia Niro. For some reason, Kia and Hyundai have an obsession with having conspicuous fuse boxes right there. And instead of using the space for extra storage, it's just for a fuse box. Be careful when leaving the interior of this Kia Niro. Make sure your feet doesn't make contact with the latch. You have the lane assist button right there, but I like how it's right next to the traction control button, so this shutter refuses to open for some reason. Like when you pull it, it won't open. So what you have to do is you have to push it down gently, and then it clicks and it opens. So for first-time drivers of this Kia Niro, they'll be confused. They'll not be certain as to how this opens. But then as you get used to it, you will notice that you have to push it down and then only it'll open. Now, I don't know why it's like this. I mean, you could have just simply have a design that's so simple. You know, you have to slide it open whenever you like. Now let's move to the rear seat of this Kia Niro. I'm in the rear seat of this Kia Niro, and I have to say I'm a bit surprised, guys. Like, my legroom space is... I mean, I feel comfortable, but I don't feel like my legroom space is big enough. I was expecting a bit more. I have sufficient amount of knee room, so that's fine. Guys, I have a lot of headroom. Check this out. The headroom space is very decent. I cannot complain about that. The seating here is a bit on the firm side. It's a bit like you're sitting on a bench. So, yes. I mean, aesthetically, I like the design. I like how you get the piping for the leather seat. Now, that is very, very premium looking. But, unfortunately, the seat is a bit too firm. Wonderful armrest with this nice cup holders in there. And you can fit your water bottle in there. You get rear seat pockets on both seats. So that's very good, everyone. You get heated rear seats, everyone. Now that sounds very premium. You get air vents for the rear seat, but no climate control. However, you do get a 220 volt socket, guys. You get a nice beacon of hope rear light for the rear passenger seats if they feel like they're in the darkness. And you get this nice handle over here and a nice coat hook over there. Overall, I have to say one thing, and that is, when it comes to the equipment list in the back, I'm very impressed, guys. You get a nice handle, a nice coat hook, you get air vents over here, and you get heated rear seats. Now that is very premium, plus you get some practicality solutions, like these rear seat pockets. However, whilst exploring the rear, I did notice as well some prominent flaws. Rear seat pockets are very thin. This is the first flaw I've noticed. And that it can't fit a big water bottle in it at all. It can only fit a small water bottle, but that's about it. I don't see much fitting in there. Now let's move to the boot of this Kia Niro Electric. So this is the boot space of the Kia Niro, and I have to say, it's not surprising it looks a bit small because this is electric, so I'm assuming underneath you have the electric technology and also the battery. Doesn't surprise me at all. But what really impresses me is that you get a nice LED beacon of hope. Very nice. And you also get tether points. Now, I love how shiny those tether points look. Very rare. Very interesting. But what doesn't interest me is that there's no 12 volt socket in the rear boot. Never make contact with the bodywork or the paint because, you know, you're just going to leave finger marks on the dust that's on the door that settles through time, and that's not a pleasant sight. You always want to put your fingers here when closing the rear door because this is what this part is built for, logically. And so the way you close the doors, you gently pull it down, not too fast, not too slow. You pull it at a steady pace, like I'm going to do right now. There, job done. So here's my conclusion about the Kia Niro. Now, I usually say that Kia cars are renowned for being great value for money. And I was very impressed with the Kia Sorento and the Kia Sportage and most Kias I've come across, guys. I always say this, they're great value for money. But this Kia Niro Electric was a box of surprise, I have to say. Like, I was a bit surprised by certain aspects. Like, I still can't get over how for a price of 45,000 euros and for a crossover SUV of this segment, you don't get front parking cameras. And that's something that really surprised me. This Kia Niro is electric, so I guess that's where majority of the value lies. And well, because of the electric technologies, space in the back seat has been, space in the boot has been compromised. You are not buying this Kia Niro for practicality purposes. You are buying this Niro because this Niro is electric and you get a 7-year warranty. So if ever you're in distress in the 7 years, this electric car will be protected by Kia. My opinion of this Kia Niro? Oh, I love this Kia Niro! Oh, this Kia Niro is amazing, guys. Now, you see, I'm not a big fan of the electric version, but it's very impressive still, okay? I'm more impressed with the Kia Niro as a model. I love the Kia Niro.